All right, welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats on a Friday night are taking on the Castle Knights. The Wildcats coming into this basketball game 13-5 against the Knights, who are 8-8. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jeremy Marcus on the video, and Hall of Famer Scott Yarbrough tonight. And Scott, I wanted to kind of get things started a little bit early so we can get a chance to talk about a few things. But first of all, talk about that induction and how everything went for you that night.
Tennis, we inducts about 5 or 6 people a year, and there's 3 categories. You can be a contributor, you can be a coach, or you can be a player. I think mine was probably a little 50-50, part player, part coach. I really accepted more from the coaching standpoint, just because it continues what we've started here in Jasper, what Dad started and what we're trying to do. And you get Brian Freiberger, who I played high school tennis with, who was a great senior leader and a mentor to me as a player and a person. Introduced me. He gets about 2 or 3 minutes, and he did a real nice job and was first class. And then I get about 9 or 10 minutes. And I'd be honest with you, mine was a thank you parade. I started with my mom, and I had her stand and talked about my mom and her support. And then I had my wife stand and thanked her for everything that she does. And I did the same with my sister and my daughters. And then I had some past players there, and I talked about the players that have played for me. And then I talked about my coaches. I tried to hit a little bit of everything. Talked about family as well. So it was a nice night. It's a nice dinner. Got inducted with the girls coach from Center Grove and also the coach from DePaul. There was a couple others that went in as well, but I know both of them. Scott Riggle, God bless his soul, coaches at DePaul, fights Parkinson's. And he's in a little bit more in advanced stages, but he did a great job. Have a ton of respect for those 2 guys. So it was kind of neat going in with people you knew.
Sure.
But I had some past players there. Having Brian Freiberger there, Denny Lewis, Brian Lewis, Dr. Lorai all came up.
Okay.
Was nice. And then I had family. My in-laws were there and stuff like that. So I had about 30 people there, and it was just a real nice evening. It was humbling. Made it through my speech. I saved to talk about my dad to the end, just in case I got a little emotional, and I didn't. I managed to get through that. I mean, I went into this because of my dad. I mean, my dad was my hero, a lot like you.
Right.
My dad was my mentor. My dad was my role model, and I went into coaching and teaching because I wanted to have what he had. What way he did things and the way he coached and the success he had was what I wanted. And we don't go into coaching and teaching for the money. We go into coaching and teaching, I don't want to say to change lives, but we go in to try to do something different and special on a small scale. And I could see what Dad was doing, and I wanted to continue that. I thought what he had started with the tennis program was just something really neat and unique, and wanted to be a part of that.
Well, and the thing is, there were 2 really nice articles written this week in regards to the tennis family.
Correct.
And when I say the tennis family, the Yarbrough family, but also just the complete Jasper tennis family and all that. Greg Eckerly wrote the one about the 50 years of Yarbrough, and we're going to be celebrating that tonight.
Correct.
At halftime.
Correct.
So, just talk about that. I mean, as far as the Yarbrough family, the tennis family, and what that means to you and Jasper here.
And here's the funny part. Dad was brought back to Jasper as Jerry Brewer's offensive line coach.
I know. I remember that.
So, for those people who may not know, Dad didn't know anything about tennis. He was a basketball, football, pole vaulter, and came back to Jasper. And I think what drew his attention to tennis was it would have been the first opportunity for him to be a head coach.
Right.
He was an assistant at that time would have been Ed Schulteis and under Jerry Brewer, and he got to be a head tennis coach. They offered him that job, and I think he thought, hey, okay, I get to be a head coach. I get to do what I want to do. I get to run my practices. And I'm sure at the beginning it was pretty rough. About the time in 1970 he got the job, I was born in 1971, and we kind of grew together. I started taking lessons, and Dad would literally, the article said it, he would go to my tennis lessons and write down word for word what the pro would say, and he would take it to practice and then expand that into a larger group. And I remember practices vividly at 10th Street. I remember like it was yesterday. He used to have cans and put quarters on top because you could go down to Dairy Queen and get a quarter milkshake.
Oh, yeah.
And if you hit the can, knock the quarter off, and at the end of practice, guys would jog down and get their milkshake. And then that turned into 1976. We built 9 courts at the high school, courts I got to play on, and now we've built that into a 12-court high school facility, 8 courts at the middle school, and 2 indoor courts. And I think Dad, if he was here, would be extremely happy with where we're at and what we've done and keeping the program where it's at. I coach, and I don't want to say I coach and live every day by my dad, but it's a little bit of that. It really is.
Sure.
We want the program. We want the kids to be put first. Winning isn't the most important thing. We want kids to be supportive of each other and hang out together and be a team and be a family, and then the winning will take care of itself. And that's something that I think Dad always felt winning was important. Dad was a big believer in winning breeds winning, and this program has done a lot of that. 50 years, 23 trips to the state finals. 1999, Dad got his team team championship, and he also got a double state championship, and that's something that you can't take away from him, and that's something that the goal that was unattainable. He used to call that the unattainable goal.
Right.
And that year was a great year for Dad, and what we've done here, the honor of being in the Hall of Fame, I told many people, to me tells me our program is doing something right.
Oh, there's no question.
And that to me means everything. And I'm sure there's people out there's naysayers and people this and that, but we really do it a certain way, and it works.
Right.
It just works. And the kids buy into it, and the kids are part of that. And as I said at the Hall of Fame speech, you can't go into the Hall of Fame without winning matches, and you can't win matches without having great tennis players. And we have been blessed with a lot of those over these 50 years, a ton. Gail Sutton, I mentioned, is going to come back this spring and help us coach, and she played in the program in 81, 82, 83 in that era, and she was a great player and things like that. So we've had Ashley Rogers came back and coached with me, Noah Moss, Pete Wilson. I've had Heath Sang, guys that played for me. It's just really neat to see them come back and put in time, and the program is in a really good place right now. We need to revamp the summer a little bit. We need to add a little bit more excitement back to that summer program, but outside of that, the high school programs, and last year we got knocked out in the regional, the girls season, but we're got a nice youth group movement coming, and they'll get back on track. I'd like to reload. I don't like to rebuild. I do like to reload. And it's one of those things where you're going to have some down years, but overall the program is in a really good place.
Oh, no question. And also your mom and your sister are very much involved as well.
Sure they are.
So talk about their contribution.
Well, I opened the speech up with that. There's only one person here who's been part of all 50 years. I'm 40, just turned 49. Mom has been a coach's wife.
Right.
She has been a player's mom, and now she gets to be a grandma and watch her grandkids play. And I think for her, it's come full circle. I think there was time when she would like to have gotten away from it. I think at times it was too much. Now I think she really looks back and goes, this is really neat. My sister is probably the forgotten one. She's married, name change. She has 2 little kids that have taken tennis camp and this and that. But she helps us in the summer and helps us run tournaments. She's as proud of that program as anybody else. She was a state runner-up back in 95, 6, somewhere in there. Okay. So she got to be a big part of that as well. And then my wife and my daughters have obviously got to be in the program. The three that have gone through have all got to play in the state finals. My wife actually played for Denny Lewis, believe it or not, way back in the day, because Dad did take a break there. But my wife assisted my dad for a year or 2 as a coach, and now she's a tennis mom and a tennis wife. And all of us make sacrifices for our families and the time I'm away because of tennis. And it helps that my family's involved, but there's a lot of time missed there as well. And she's done a great job of raising our 4 daughters, and that makes things a little bit easier.
Right. Well, again, it's just unbelievable, the success, and from starting from scratch, because I know the program was around for a few years prior to your dad taking over and all that. But it's also, when I say the tennis family, guys like Dean Fisher and the other guys that just contact you on Facebook and all that. It's really cool to get that type of comments.
Mike Marshall, some of my senior parents started a Facebook 50 years of Yarborough tennis, and then we didn't do it to brag. We wanted people just to throw pictures on there, and some of the pictures that are on there are just out of this world. They found one where I'm just flat out getting my butt chewed at the state finals by Dad, and I put a quote on there just in case you wanted to know who was in charge. Everybody always knew who was in charge. There was never any doubt there. There's some really great pictures of just teams and things that went on, and traditions that have started. And, somebody put on there, Audra Mattingly put on, they take prom pictures, and a lot of teams do that now, but I think tennis was the first one to do that probably 15, 16 years ago, where they met at the tennis court, and they'd get their rackets out and they'd take pictures. We got probably 15 or 16 of them sitting up in the tennis office. Every year they take a picture. So it's just something that started, and now we do a Smash Cancer event that started about the time Dad passed away. So it's just the little things and changes and neat stuff. And Chris Kaufman is down from IHSAA tonight to help us celebrate tonight. And I took him to the outdoor facility, and then he said, it's a shame this isn't in Indianapolis because you'd get a chance to host the state finals at this type of facility. I mean, it's a second to none facility.
Right.
And that's the support of our school board and Dr. Lorai and things like that. So we get support from a lot of different areas, and we're very appreciative of it.
Well, hey, again, congratulations on the honor. And, I know you're taking the honor, but you basically speak for a lot of people, I'm sure, when it comes to accepting that award.
The Hall of Fame thing is really cool, but the 50 years tonight, we're going to celebrate that as a family, and a big shout out to Dad, obviously. I mean, somebody has to be the creator, and it sounded like if you read the article, the first 4 or 5 years, the person just kind of showed up and threw out some tennis balls, and I think in 1970 that all changed.
It did.
Okay.
It did, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate the time.
Well, we got a basketball game, and of course the Yarborough family have a legacy with Jasper basketball as well, so we'll talk about that. When we come back, it's going to be Jasper against Castle here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here at Jasper High School, and Bob Kidwell's out on the floor right now getting an award. It was a Distinguished Service Award, I think, for high school athletics.
Yep,
all that.
Interscholastic.
Yeah, and Bob actually, longtime member of the Jasper Youth Baseball Board as well. He's still on the board. We don't see him at many meetings anymore, but he's still there.
Yep.
So,
again, just for years, he's taken care of the officials and just helped on the side and put in time, and he's done a lot. I mean, he actually helped Dad with tennis for a while too. So Bobby's one of those guys. When Dad was a head coach, when you're a head basketball coach, I think times have changed a little bit, but you had about 4 or 5 people you could just trust,
right.
And Bobby was one of those guys.
I remember he used to keep stats and all kinds of stuff like that. So. All right, so congratulations to Bob out there getting the recognition that he deserves, along with his family and everybody here for that. So
that's really cool.
All right, so we got a basketball game here tonight, and the Jasper Wildcats. It's the first time we've played Castle, and I don't know how long as far as
been
basketball.
a while, and obviously this is going to become a regular thing now. Next year being in the conference,
right?
So,
and I'll tell you, Castle, like I said, is 8-8 on the season, and one of our sectional foes. We didn't face them last year, but they were actually probably one of the favorites for that sectional, but they were knocked off in an early round, so the Cats didn't get to face them as they faced Wrights and won that game in the championship. But anyway, the Wildcats coming in at 13-5, coming off their win against Evansville Mater Dei, 61-48 the other night after a 3-game skid there. And Scott, I don't know if you got much of a chance to kind of see them play during that period, but I'll tell you what, I think we saw a little more of what Jasper should be as opposed to those 3 games, and more competitive in that game against Mater Dei.
Well, I think they knew coming in that stretch it was going to be a little bumpy. I mean, you had some nice quality basketball teams in there, and they were a little, you got some firepower in Bar Reeve and Heritage Hills. I was extremely impressed. I had a game on Tuesday night that we bounced back with such a nice win in one of those things. So, kept to bounce back against what I would consider to be a good Mater Dei team was a nice win on Tuesday night. So, and I heard that Jackson Cabrick did some really nice stuff. Distributed the ball, did a little posting up, maybe things they'd really like to see him do more of.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, he scored 30 points in that ball game, 18 in the first half, and he was just absolutely on fire to get things started. So, he was actually the spark that we needed, and was really a leader on that basketball court to win that game. But, we're taking on a Castle team that actually has a really good score in Isaiah Swope. He averages just under 20 points a game, and he's just one of those players that when he gets hot, the Cats are going to have to stay on top of him. So
I've heard he's actually one of the more talented players out in the Evansville Newburgh era. He's only a junior, and I heard he can get some stuff done. So I've yet had the opportunity to watch him play yet. So I have seen some of the other Evansville kids. So if he's one of the better ones down that way, he's going to be pretty impressive.
Well, and that's the thing. It's senior night tonight as well, so the Wildcats will have a little change in their starting lineup. We'll cover that in just a moment. I'm going to go through Castle's starting lineup. Includes Isaiah Swope, a 5'10" junior, number 1. Jackson Mitchell is number 12. 24 is Zeke Niehaus. Bob Nunge is number 30, and then Lewis Brock at 6'5" is number 34. So they got a couple starters in Nunge and also Lewis Brock that actually are at 6'5", so we're going to face a little bit of size tonight. Yeah,
the Nunge family actually has if it's the same family. They got the boy plays at Iowa, and the girl is at a Division I school as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's almost a 7-footer, I believe.
All right, so that's Bob Nunge.
Nunge.
Put that G in there.
Yep.
All right, and of course the Wildcats with Carter Stamm, a senior, Jackson Cabrick, a senior, Elliott Hope, a senior, and Quentin Harmon. So 4 of our 5 starters, primary starters, are seniors, but we will also see Reese Day in the starting lineup tonight, too.
And
so
he's done a
33.
nice job. I mean, the one thing I'm going to tip my hat to these seniors is, I know coming off a sectional win last year, you lose some scoring and some pretty important players. What kind of team is going to bounce back? And it's always neat. You grow up playing forever with these guys. I mean, I remember my seniors as much. You do too.
Right.
This is a special group. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and they've done a nice job this season. They really have.
Yeah, they really have. And again, they've been pretty well carrying this basketball team. But we get really good contributions off our bench. With players like Isaac Day, Tanner Ernie chipping in all year. Heim.
Yep.
Good Hughes been playing a lot of minutes. So again, I think that we're a very well-balanced basketball team this year. So Castle's got the tip, and then we are underway in this basketball game. So
looks like Cabert gets the assignment on Schweppy. Little dribble drive offense here.
All right, so three-pointer is on the way, and it does go in. So Jackson Mitchell is able to get Castle on the board first. So 3-0. But I tell you what, in that modern day, other than early on, Jasper pretty well led from the start and just controlled that basketball.
Yeah, I heard we really jumped out on them pretty hard and had a nice night. Couple turnovers late made it a little bit closer than maybe what it was most of the night. But from what I understand, and I talked to Coach Albrand a lot, we teach side by side, and one of the more controlled, just really consistent games that we have played in a while.
All right, so the Knights facing the Wildcats. A man-to-man defense, so a drive to the basket there as Mitchell again kicks out for a three-pointer. It does not drop there for Niehaus. So here come the Wildcats, still looking for their first points of the ball game early on here, a minute into it.
Harmon will pull. Nope.
So 2 possessions coming up empty on both, and then there's a quick pass down low into Brock. And good job, I hope, to disrupt that. And now there's a scramble for the basketball, and I think they're going to call Carter Stom for the foul.
Ooh-wee.
Wow. I'm going to say, in that situation, Stom was just already on the floor, it looked like, before Brock jumped on top of him. So, all right,
Woo.
so 3-0 our score. 6:35 to go here in the quarter.
I think he took the brunt of that blow, too.
Right.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Oh, so wasn't back in. He misses that shot, but coming down with the rebound is Nundy. Drive to the basket there, kiss off the glass. Good job there by Zeke Niehaus. So a 5-0 early lead for the Knights.
Well, I'd like to see us go inside here maybe a little bit to get something going to the basket. There we go. I like that.
There we go. Nice setup there. A little seal and go.
I like to see the Hoosiers run that every now and then, a little high-low.
I think with Trace Jackson Davis, that would be there.
They looked a little better last night on TV.
Yes, no doubt about it. Of course, Danny Green was there to watch his brother.
Yep.
He drops for 27 points. So
that didn't hurt. That didn't hurt.
No.
Jawan Morgan was in the house and a few others, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
dang.
Nice shot there by Niehaus. So he's got 5 points already for this Castle Knight team. And then there's a battle for the basketball, and Jackson Mitchell's going to pick up the foul there. So 8-2, the Knights on top of the Wildcats early on here. 5:34 to go here in the first quarter. Jasper against Castle for the first time in a long time. But again, they will be a conference full next year.
Yeah, and with the new conference setup, there are 10 teams. You'll play every team once head-to-head. What'll be interesting to see is what Evansville does. They have a SIAC tournament. We will not be part of a SIAC tournament. So I don't know if they'll keep it around or not keep it around. It'll be interesting to see how that kind of unfolds. So their schedules will change down that way too.
Oh, wow. So I did not know we weren't going to be a part of that. So that's interesting.
Well, I think it's just going to kind of go away. So I don't know.
They probably may have contract obligations for a year or so.
Well, 10 teams is tough to put into a double elimination.
Right. There's a kick out to the corner and drive to the basket as Brocknine moves it around. Three-pointer on the way. So he's hit a second one, Jackson Mitchell. So 3 3-pointers hit by the Knights. And John Gable's going to have to settle things down here as Castle's jumped out to an early 9-point lead over the Wildcats.
Ooh, hot shooting.
Yeah, 8 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so we're back once again here at Jasper High School. The Cats against Castle. And Scott and I were just kind of talking here where Jasper so far, if we're in the SIAC conference this year, now we don't play Bossy this year, but we played Vincennes, who would be a SIAC opponent, but we're 6-1 against future SIAC opponents so far this year.
Yeah, and the one thing, and people don't pay attention to this stuff at times, and it's not that they should, but Coach Gable's record against Evansville foes actually over the 3 or 4 years that we've been playing more of them is actually pretty good. 2 years ago we had a nice sectional run, and last year got a sectional championship. We're having a tough time finding the bucket, but there we did. Probably needed that. There comes the crowd now.
All right, so 11-5 now after that three-pointer hit by Harmon. He's got all 5 of the Wildcats' points.
We're staying with the 5 seniors right now. Got to do a little better job of contesting the shooters.
And we'll see how deep Castle goes as far as their bench. Just based on the numbers, it looks like they do play a number of players.
We're down 11-5. The bad news is I don't think Schweppes scored yet.
That's Mitchell with the basketball. He's got 2 3-pointers already, and he actually stepped out of bounds going down the baseline there. So good defense by the Wildcats to force that turnover.
By the way, the Garza guy for Iowa's good last night.
Oh.
Garza?
Yeah, absolutely.
He had 22 at half.
Garza, yeah. What did he finish up with?
I don't know.
Did he get 40? I think it was at 38 at least.
All right, let's see what we go to here. Maybe a little set play.
All right, so Harmon being closely guarded, and they actually call a 5-second.
Yep, you got to get rid of it.
Yeah, so good defense there by Lewis Brock. Not Lou Brock, Lewis Brock.
Lewis Brock.
I guess you can call him Lou if you want.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
All right, so Castle into their weave offense and handoff right there to Swope, and he gets to the lane, and a nice block here by Harmon. So Harmon doing it offensively, now defensively, and gets the ball down low, but there's a block from behind by Nunji there.
We're going to shoot 2. Called the foul.
Oh, they called a foul, okay.
The guy on the side did.
All right, so we got 3:09 on the clock right now. Castle up 11-5. So what's your thoughts on the pace of this game so far? Who do you think is favored?
Well, Castle looks like they want to go a little bit just because it's all dribble, drive, dribble, drive, dribble, drive.
Right.
And I know Coach Gable likes to push. The key is making sure when you push and don't have anything, pull back out. So right now, especially now we're down, I don't have a problem with the pace right now.
Well, and that's the thing, too. I mean, obviously, they got a pretty quick and athletic basketball team out
Correct.
there. And so they're able to get down court whenever we try to beat them down. Because a lot of teams, we do that to beat the zone setup, when we're facing a zone defense. But
well, and you've got a kid like Harmon who's your big man. We got beat on the baseline there.
Really
runs the floor well. So, I mean, you want, when your big man runs the floor better than their big man, it's not a bad thing.
All right, so Day still in the basketball game, getting the start tonight. And gives it up to Harmon there.
Give him a touch.
Cabrick looking for his first points after a big 30-point night the other night. And good job there by Hope to kind of patiently get that shot up and in.
Yeah, it looked like he bobbled the ball just barely and then regathered. So 5-point game here.
I was going to call it a good shot fake. So
it was.
Actually, it was. All right, so 13-8, 2:19 on the clock, and there's a three-pointer. And, boy, he's got a really nice touch from out there as Jackson Mitchell.
I was going to say, he seems to like this. He seems to really like this gym.
And, the thing is with Jackson Mitchell, he came in tonight just 12 of 46 from three-point range. That's 26%. So far he's 3 for 4 tonight.
26%'s going up a little.
No doubt.
Beat him.
All right, so Hope trying to use his quickness. Dan, a beautiful kiss off the glass there. So Hope with his second bucket tonight. Makes it a 16-10 score right now. Swope on the left side. So Mitchell will drive there, and actually shot was blocked, but it goes right into the hands of Cabrick. So one-on-one against Swope, and he makes his move, and nice tip.
Harmon.
Good job by Harmon. So Harmon carrying the Wildcats right now. Yes, absolutely. So Brian Gibson wants to call a timeout. He's been at Castle for 18 years now, and this team is now only up by 4 as we take a break here on 18 WJTS. All right, so we're back once again here at Jasper High School. Castle won't have it. They got one substitution. Caleb Niehaus has checked into the ball game, number 40.
Set play more than likely coming out of the timeout here.
They get it to Niehaus, and now he gives it up. Back up top to Isaiah Swope. So minute 21 on the clock right now, first quarter, 16-12. Castle leads.
Little trap. Got it.
Inside, good job by Hope. Hope showing some quickness defensively that time.
Yep.
Feed into a little alley-oop, and actually Jackson Mitchell. Yep. And so they are going to call a jump ball there. So it should be Jasper's ball. Yep.
It stays. Not a bad look. The Castle kid did a nice job of finding the ball. Set play right back in the corner.
Cabrick dribbles around, pulls up for that jumper. He was nailing that the other night, but it was a little bit more contended.
Get there.
All right, so
a
little walk.
A little bit.
Hey, you're an official. Come on, buddy.
I know.
You got to follow your kind. So there's Lewis Brock with another bucket, and now it's an 18-12 game. 38 seconds, and Cabrick's going to quickly go to the glass, but can't get it to go.
I like to see him take that all the way to the rack.
So Cabrick, in contrast to Tuesday night where he hit almost every shot he took in the first quarter, is yet to hit one in the first quarter tonight. So
their ball coming out to start the quarter, they're going to take the last shot. This is high school basketball 101.
So Isaiah dribbles at the top of the J there with 8 seconds now. Looking for that one-on-one. Feed over into the corner. He's been hot, and that's Mitchell, but doesn't go. And there's a follow, does not go as well. So Niehaus not able to put that up and in. So
good defensive stand there.
So Jasper fell behind by as many as 9. Right now it's 6, 18-12 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Castle will have the basketball to start the second quarter with a 6-point lead, and we got one substitution with Jasper Hebner in the ball game. So Mitchell works it around. Isaiah with it up top. Isaiah Swope.
Berger's in for Jasper. Goodhue's in for Jasper. Good change. Ooh, a push off.
Swope, as we mentioned, averaging about 20 points a ball game, looking for his first points tonight. Actually had 20 the other night against Central. Feed down low. New man into the ball game and misses that shot and puts it back up. So 2 points for Jasper Hebner. And quick the other way.
That was great footwork. Stommer, you already got one, buddy. Easy.
All right, so 2014.
Got a key. I was going to say, keep your hands up on 12 right now. He's been the hot hand.
That's a Berger who's checked into the ball game. He's got that assignment right now.
There's Schwepp. Yep.
Hits it. So Isaiah Swope with a three-pointer there, and that's been a part of their offense. They've hit 5 already, 15 of their 23 points. So, you know, it's 5 bonus points, really, when you look at it that way. So Harmon hits.
He's got old school game in him.
No doubt. So a big night for Harmon so far to keep the Wildcats within bay here, down by 7.
Need to get a couple stops there. No.
Yeah, so Jackson Mitchell's really looking for that shot. So Hebner with it, drives to his left, gives up, drive to the basket there. Now there's Stom actually. I think he was kind of surprised it was right there, so he knocked it out of bounds. So we got a couple more substitutions coming back in the game is number 30, Bob Nungy, and then you've got number
Simmons.
53 into the ball game. So that's Dylan Watson. I'm sorry, Cole Simmons, you're right.
Yep.
Cole Simmons is checked in for the first time. Also number 24 back in the game, that's Zeke Niehaus.
Trying to figure out, they get a lot, almost running the old flex a little bit, but then it's got some high ball screen action inside it too.
So what do you try to achieve with the flex offense?
Well, it's got some back cuts. It spreads, depending on how you're running it, they're really trying, a little back cut there.
Right.
It's almost got a high offense. It's almost like a wing flex cut. Keeps the low post empty down here. Though they've stopped ball screening a little bit, so we'll see.
And the thing is, when they're making that cut, it's not really they're setting a screen for the cut, so it's like your defender's just got to stay on top of your man.
Here's flex right here. Oh, boy.
So I think Stom might have got a piece of that, and Simmons is actually going to be called for travel as he got the rebound down low. So now we're seeing for the first time tonight Isaac Day, number 5, checking in. Stom's going to sit down. So our foul situation, not many have been called. 2 on Castle, 1 on Jasper so far.
Yep, pretty clean game. Castle, the funny part about it is that they seem to want to push a little bit, but on the offensive end have been pretty patient. I mean, that was a long possession right there.
So good Hughes in the ball game as well. Seen some really good minutes out of him lately.
Give it to him. Back to him. Don't force it. He's looking for it. Now drive. There's your 3. A little pop, pop, boom.
Big one right there. So
that's
the
good to see.
Isaac Day with a bucket and makes it a 4-point game now. 23-19 with 4:42 on the clock.
That'll get the crowd going here a little bit. Now you need another stop.
And that's one thing with the Tuesday night game.
Oh.
He's able to recover there on that drive.
Little Harlem Globetrotters.
I know. Swope will step back. He's on the line, though, and it doesn't go anyway. So Harmon comes down with the board and quickly the other way.
Nice look.
Oh, there we go. Good job by Kabrick to find the open man.
Little look away.
So good Hugh.
That count should start down there.
Now we're talking about a 2-point game. 23-21. Jasper with a nice run here in the second quarter.
Yep. That's
Another
long.
3-point launch does not go.
No, baby. One thing Jackson Kabrick does a great job of is looking up the floor. Oh, he bumped him.
Bump, no call.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Nice recovery by Goodhue.
See, again, that's just little things that Goodhue's been doing the last couple games. Just coming up with a loose one.
He's a kind of a get-it-done kind of guy. He's just, he gets in there and doesn't mind mixing it up, plays hard, plays physical. Hope's going to give Goodhue a breather.
All right, so Hope will come out with some fresh legs here for the last 3.5 minutes of this quarter. Jasper made it a 2-point game now. It's 23-21, feeding the corner, and he's hit one there before, and he does it again. So Isaac Day being the guy and gives Jasper their first lead since early on. No,
you know, as a sophomore, that's got to feel good. Back to back, bang, bang. Simmons, right back. He says, "I'll take that."
Absolutely.
Marty Simmons' boy there, a little old school.
So Cole Simmons with a big-time bucket there.
And
so gives the lead right back, 26-24 now. The Wildcats with the basketball, 3:09, and there's Harmon with a fadeaway. And I mean, he is just absolutely feeling it tonight. 6 points in the quarter. Drive there, and woo, what a kiss off the glass here by Jackson Mitchell. So he's got double figures now. 28-26, the Cats and the Knights going back and forth, and there's Hope for a quick one.
Yeah, right now it's just get the ball up the floor and go to the hole. Somebody's got to take a stand here on the defensive end.
So Elliott Hope playing his game with 6 points.
A lot of contributions from different guys here.
Brock trying to make a move on Hope. Good job, Hope, to make him fade on that shot, and it doesn't go. Long pass down into Harmon. Oh, he can't handle it, but it does go off of Simmons, they say.
Yeah. That's off his shoulder, I think.
Okay.
Kabrick's not shy letting that thing go.
I agree. All right, so here we go with Berger coming off and Stom checking back in. So the Cats out there with Hope, Stom, Harmon, Kabrick, and Isaac Day, who's hit 2 3-pointers. Even game right now at 28. 2:18 on the clock here in the first half. Oh, look out. All right, so Hope with a little dancing.
A little whoops.
Yeah.
A little whoops.
Couldn't quite get rid of it right away, so Castle will have it. 2:14 on the clock. Even ball game at 28. Cats have fought their way back from a 9-point deficit.
Nope.
It's a Stom.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at Harmon.
Yeah, he's going to.
Just attacks against
And we're going to shoot too.
Yep.
Tell you, is there anything he hasn't done yet?
I don't know, but I tell you what, it's like offensively, defensively, steals, block shots, and
Ernie's going to get a little action here. Going to give somebody a breather. I like how we've expanded our bench a little bit.
Yeah,
okay, well, there we go. Found something.
That's one thing, Quentin. He's
going to give Kabrick a breather.
From the line.
1 for 3.
Yep. so far.
I would assume Ernie's going to get the assignment on Schweppe.
All right, so Jasper now with a slim 1-point lead.
Second time tonight.
So
Yeah, they're just, I don't know if he's looking for something, changing the call. Yeah, there comes the flex cut.
Brock extends out as Hope picks him up. Feed down low, but good job there by Harmon to stay his ground.
Oh!
Stops his dribble there and gets it now over to Jackson Mitchell, and he'll drive to the lane. And Hope was a little bit late in getting there, but they do call the foul. I don't know if it's going to be on Stom or if it's going to be on Hope. I think it's on Stom.
That's
second
his
foul
second,
Carter, yeah.
Day back in. Certain guys for certain guys here. They got a certain rotation they like.
So a minute 18, 29-28, Jasper up.
Nice defense. Okay.
So Isaiah gets that shot up. It draws the contact and will shoot two. So again, the foul situation is not really there except for Stom with two personal fouls,
exactly.
but he's got 2 of the Wildcat 3 fouls right now and just 4 called on Castle.
Cabrick's going to come back in. Nice looking shot by that young man.
The Cats have kept him in check. He's just hit a 3-pointer, again averaging 19.8. So minute 11, we're tied up and gives Castle the lead back. So 5 points for Isaiah Swope. 30-29. Cabrick working against Niehaus.
I'd like to see a bucket and a stop and a bucket to finish the quarter here. Oh, got him.
Jackson still looking for that first bucket of the night, though. Inside a minute. Drive to the lane there is going to draw the contact from Cabrick.
Well, he got into him first. I know everybody's booing a boo, and nobody likes that call, but
anytime you got movement between the defender,
you're not going to win that one.
No.
You're not going to, unless the offensive player just throws an elbow.
Right. All right, so Brock takes the inbounds back over to Isaiah and makes a move to the lane. Absorbs the contact, but can't get the shot, but he's going to shoot another 2 where he's hit 2 for 2 so far tonight. So
he's starting to finally get around. Nice screen set here in the corner, and he just enough to get around, turn the corner, and Cabrick's trailing, just couldn't catch up to him.
All right, misses that free throw.
Yeah, everybody's human. I've never seen anybody shoot 100% from a free throw line. I think Mike Bell, his senior year, started the year like 42 for 42.
Are you serious?
I think he did. It was in the 40s.
Wow.
I'm almost positive. I have to go back and check that.
Actually, I remember one year, I think Todd Ballinger led the state in free throw percentage. All right, so there's a whistle, and is this going to go on Hope? Looks like it is. Okay, so Hope obviously with some contact against Bob Nungy there. So Simmons is going to check back in. So Cole Simmons, you're saying that's Marty's son?
Yes, it is. I'm not for sure what the call was there. I did not see it. We were on offense, got called for a block, but I didn't see a set and a screen. I'm almost positive that is Marty Simmons' son. I could be wrong. His other boy played for Castle as well.
Okay.
Went on to play at UV.
Right. All right, so Swope's going to dribble it out just like he did kind of in the end of the first quarter. He did give it up on that move here, so he's down to 8 seconds. Gives it up again, but he gets it back, so he's going to have to make a play here. Now kicks it out. Simmons with a nice shot fake, and then launches a 3, and he hits it, and Harmon commits the foul, so a 4-point play opportunity here.
That's going to hurt a little bit.
Absolutely, for Cole Simmons. So, all right, well, Scott's got his halftime presentation. Good luck with that, and we'll cover it out. So, all right, so Castle up 33-29. That was right at the buzzer, so Simmons will shoot the free throw all alone and misses there. So, however, Cats did get a lead in a few moments here in this second quarter, but right now trail at halftime against Castle 33-29 here on 18 WJTS. We're in halftime here at Jasper High School. The Wildcats against the Castle Knights, and the Wildcats right now trailing Castle 33-29. So we'll take a look at the scoring first for the Knights. They were led by Jackson Mitchell, who hit 3 3-pointers in the first quarter and a bucket in the second for 11 points. Got 5 points from Isaiah Swope, their leading scorer, so the Wildcats did a good job holding him to just 1 field goal, a 3-pointer. Zeke Niehaus had 5 points, 4 points for Lewis Brock. And off the bench, Cole Simmons with a couple 3-pointers and finishes with 6 points and 2 points for Jasper Huebner as well. So 33 for the Knights. For the Wildcats, 4 Wildcats have scored. And that's Quentin Harmon leading the way with 15 points tonight. 6 points for Elliott Hope, 6 points for Isaac Day, and 2 points for Jace Goodhue. So taking a look at the starting lineups, it looks like Castle will stay with the same lineup. So you got Swope number 1, Mitchell's 12, Niehaus is 24, Nunge is 30, and Brock is 34. And the Cats with their same starting lineup, keeping Reese Day in that spot. So Cabrick will take it, and Elliott Hope out there along with Stom and Harmon as well. So again, Castle staying in their man-to-man defense here as the Wildcats get into their offense to start things off, trailing 33-29, just underway here in the third quarter. Feed inside to Harmon, so Harmon is just staying dead on, so he's now got 17 points, a big bucket there to start things off, so 33-31. So we'll see if Castle tries to get Swope a little bit more involved in the offense. You mentioned just holding him to 5 points in the first half, so this guy makes his way back here. We'll talk about a nice video presentation they had there.
Let's get a rebound. Let's get this lead.
There,
here we go. Basketball time.
All right, so Cabrick brings it across here. So Harmon hit a bucket to start things off here, Scott.
No surprise there. We got to get Cabrick going here.
Exactly. Cabrick still looking for his first points of the night after scoring 30 the other night, averaging 14 points a game for this Wildcat team. Harmon threw his hands and off his head, and
that's
they calling it a foul? I think so. Yeah, so Cats will hang on to it.
Oh, wow.
So
that was interesting.
They actually called on Swope, number 1.
Boom.
So
nope.
Stom can't hit that, but Harmon comes down with the board.
And 1, here we go. Oh.
Cross court over to Day, now down low. Cabrick.
Need 1.
Misses everything on that 3-point shot, so his struggles continue.
Pressing him maybe a little bit.
All right, so Swope can't find the lane. Cat's doing a really good job of that. Obviously, they scouted that out, that he likes to drive to the lane. He's not really had many opportunities.
There's a little high-low for them. Nope. Well, even though Cabrick's had an off night, he's done a nice job on Swope over there. He really has.
Swope making a move there. Now he splits a couple defenders, but
2. Interesting.
So they're going to give him a shot, or 2 free throws, yeah. So Cabrick's going to pick up that personal foul. But he had to kind of change direction with the shot there because Harmon was in really good position, but Cabrick picks up the foul, so second one on Jackson.
Yep.
All right, so Berger's going to check in for Day there. So Swope with 6 points.
All right, here we go now. Let's go.
For 2. So he's 4 for 6 on the line tonight. 6:13 on the clock. 4-point lead for Castle.
Hand off of him, guys.
Harmon can't drop that one.
He's going to come back up with it. Knock one down, Cabrick.
Cabrick pulls up.
There we go.
There we go. Now
him off the snide, maybe.
All right, so first 2 points for Jackson. It's a 2-point game. Castle with a slim lead, 35-33.
Yep, right back.
So Nunji gets his first 2 points of the ball game with that jumper.
Jasper's going to push here a little bit. I'd like to see them pick the pace up just a little bit maybe. Under control without turning it over.
Shot fake by Berger, but now he's going to dribble out.
I think he had the shot and didn't realize how open he was. A little high-low here, maybe. Got him.
Oh, so now they're actually going to call
foul.
Mitchell, yeah. So Mitchell didn't quite give him enough room there and made some contact, obviously, on Berger. So the official calls it. Second foul on Castle, second foul on Mitchell. So 37-33, Jasper trailing by 4, but very much into this basketball game.
Take care of the basketball. Continue to attack here.
A couple lead changes in the second quarter. Cabrick, way too underneath the basket to get that shot up. Three-pointer.
Three, little strong on both ends.
Uh-oh, that's going to be picked off. Hope tries to salvage it. Berger as well, but Castle does gain control. Now Cabrick comes with the steal, so both teams a little sloppy with the basketball right now. Tries to feed, and there's Harmon to finish.
Oh, we got a little lucky.
Harmon's night. 19 for the Wildcat big man.
Right place, right time?
Right, I think so, but you know, it's been that way. It's kind of when you have a good scoring night, that's what happens sometimes.
It does. It just seems to find the bucket.
So a 2-point basketball game right now. Castle 37, Jasper 35. Harmon's got 4 points in the quarter as Simmons checks into the ball game for the first time in the second half. Huebner's in as well.
All right, Harmon, knock this thing down.
All right, so Quentin Harmon having a night. Makes it a 1-point basketball game on that 3-point play.
I'm not sure what his career high is. Nope.
Berger cuts off knee.
Yeah, we've really done a pretty good job out front here. I mean, we've given up a couple threes early, but Simmons got to keep a hand up. I think he was 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 in the first half.
Right.
Oh, wow.
A little extra step there for Swope, but they don't call it, and Berger saves it. Now he gives it up to Cabrick, and he draws the contact and finishes there. So Cabrick doing what he does best, getting to the open court there.
Stom gets that whole kit and caboodle as far as I'm concerned. You got the block, you got the save, you got the assist.
Absolutely.
That's pretty sweet.
So Carter Stom doing the job there to help Cabrick get a 3-point opportunity, but it's number 20, Ethan Hancock, has checked into the ball game. So Castle going a little bit deeper in their bench now in this second half.
And Cabrick's going to start scoring. Best place to score is at the bucket, at the free throw line.
Right. He's got 5 points in the quarter. So he and Harmon have scored all 10 points for the Wildcats, and they now have a 2-point lead, 39-37. All right, so we got whistle down
get
low.
Stom, arms get tangled up. Going to get him for holding him. That's his third.
All right, so Day's going to check in for Carter. Carter in and out of the lineup with foul situation tonight.
I'd say he'll sit most of the. I'd say the last 3:45 unless they feel like they got to have him on the floor.
Right. Of course, Day did a nice job in that second quarter.
Yes,
hitting
he
2
did.
3-pointers.
I totally agree.
Swope, he finally finds his range. So Swope has got 10 points now. Castle gets a lead back, 40-39. Swope on Day now.
Nope.
And a little errant pass there, but it does go off Huebner.
That was close. That went right past Cabrick's head. Jasper, somebody's got to take it out, buddy.
Harmon gets the inbound, hands back off to Day. Day, they're going to call a travel there. He got a little too deep, I think, in the lane there.
I like to see him stop and pop or stop and dish.
Yeah. All right, so quickly, little NBA action, giving the ball right away to the Knights. There's an extra travel there.
Woo!
Yeah, I agree, but no call. Tries to feed into Harmon. Cabrick steps back for 3. Doesn't go, though. And Brock's going to draw the contact from Day. All right, so
A little sloppy here.
sloppy,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. A little sloppy. I don't mind picking up the pace a little bit. We've made some tough passes in the lane here. I love just like to see Cabrick finish that.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Castle with a 1-point lead over the Wildcats.
We had the lead. I don't know that we've had the lead and the ball.
Right. Oh, a good drop down there to Nunji, and he gets 2 more points, so he's got 4 points in a quarter. 42-39.
Got him.
Oh, there's the contact. Okay.
Yep.
So Swope dropped down to try to help out.
He
Brock
saw
there.
it coming. He saw it coming.
So Quentin Harmon, who's got 6 points in the quarter. I'm sorry, 5 points in the quarter. 20 points in the ball game. And he pops the first one.
Good Hugh in. Hofey out.
They actually gave those points to. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. 42-41. There we go.
1 point game. 2:23 to go here in the third.
Quentin's hit his last 4 free throws.
Missed one.
Berg got in a little trouble there and lost the basketball, and so now they're going to call a jump ball. I believe so. And the Wildcat fans really not happy about that.
I can't see it from up here,
No.
so I mean, I will say this as an official: if you see bodies starting to flop on the floor, sometimes you do it to protect kids. I mean, that it is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of times when Stom and I, we argue about that a lot, where
Yeah.
we think that it needs to be dual possession, but
Right. The other night it
I'm
was
sitting
late.
next to an official tonight, so I got to be careful.
Well, the other night it was late in the game. It was a girls' game I had a couple weeks ago, and girl came down with the rebound and kind of flailed an elbow, and the other girl started to stick her hand in there, and I thought it kind of had it was a real quick jump ball because I just didn't want tempers to fly and somebody's chin get caught with an elbow. And
you know, with the bad boys of Detroit Pistons to come out. There's Berger. All right, so Caleb's first bucket of the ball game is a 3 and gives the Cats the lead, 44-42 with a minute 28 to go here in the third.
All right, now we need to stop on the ball.
So a competitive basketball game tonight. Castle's led for a good part of the ball game, but the Cats have been able to get that lead a little bit here in the third quarter.
I like to see anybody hurt us but number 1. Make these guys handle the rock a little bit.
Spin move. Kick out. That's Hebner driving to
Oh
the
yeah,
lane.
oh yeah. Oh my Lord,
Oh
guys.
boy, yeah. Now finally he finds Brock there with a little interior pass. So Lewis Brock with 6 points ties this ball game at 44. Good Hughes, gotta be careful there.
He got away with a sledgehammer.
I know. They're gonna call a bump there on Hancock.
Starting to get a little chippy, just a little.
The fouls are starting to pick up for Castle. That's 6 on them now. 3 on the Wildcats. 38.8 on the clock right now. Third quarter, Jasper, or it's actually tied at 44. So Hebner's on Jackson Cabrick. So now with 25 seconds. Gives it up to Berger. Down to 15. Ooh, almost knocked away there. Down to 6 seconds. Harmon is going to have to turn around and just launch it up there, and just kind of a little tough sequence there. I think Castle did a really good job defensively.
They did.
Cats there. So, all right, so we're going to go to the fourth quarter with a tie basketball game at 44 here on 18 WJTS. Quarter, and Scott, again, just a really nice halftime presentation to celebrate the Yarbrough family and the tennis family. But, you know, the Yarbroughs also have a name for basketball too, right?
Well, Dad did dabble in basketball. I mean, that really was more of his, football and basketball was really where he kind of, and he got to be the head coach for a 5-year stand there.
Right.
And We won a sectional in '89,
Yep.
so the basketball ran deep as well. Two different, really two different, completely different sports. One's a little more individual. You don't see 2,000 and 3,000 people at tennis matches, and then playing over there in that Southward sectional. Those are just two completely different worlds there.
Right.
So.
And of course, I'm looking at the record book. Scott Yarborough, 950 career points. So a great career you had as well on the court.
Oh boy.
You know, one thing you missed Saturday also was the celebration of those 5
yes,
sectional
which is really
championships.
cool. Yes.
Yeah, and I know your dad was a freshman coach during that period, I think. You know,
Gotcha.
so yeah, so again,
yeah, he was
huge
got
contributions
that
with
71 to 75. I mean, I remember him back then. Freshman basketball was huge. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember going to games and
Right.
all this good stuff. So that foul, I think, was on Castle.
All right, so that's the 7th foul on the night. So
Day's going to shoot free throws here.
Reese Day.
Isaac.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Isaac. Reese
Sorry.
got the start tonight, but Isaac Day is got 6 points in the ball game with 2 3-pointers in that second quarter. Yeah, this season's really they got change shooters.
No.
Okay,
no.
wait a minute.
Hang on. Okay, I guess they are. My bad. I thought Dave was going to step up and shoot free throws.
Yeah.
It's going to be
he was
Harmon.
17,
I
so
didn't see the foul.
Okay. All right, so Harmon's been
He
hitting
made the
them.
free throw. We don't care.
Absolutely. So he is 6 of 8 from the line right now. He's hit his last 5.
It's just
Yeah.
called 6.
Pops that.
Jasper, now we need the ball back. I don't think we've had the lead with the ball.
So right now it's 46-44. 2-point lead for the Wildcats.
Get your hands up over there.
That's the thing with Castle. They only hit 1 3-pointer in that quarter. They hit 4 in the first quarter and 3 in the second quarter. The guy with the basketball hit 3 of them in that first
There's
quarter.
another one.
Oh, just missed it.
Nice job by Goodhue. Oh.
Harmon had a man to his right, but takes it himself. And Goodhue, does he keep it live? Yes, Jasper keeps it.
Woo. Harmon seems to be on a mission.
I agree. Big time.
Mission.
So he's got 24 points on the night. 46-44, Jasper.
Fresh legs back in, Stom and Hofi.
So a 2-point lead in the ball, and now there's a trap in the corner there on Harmon. And
Timeout, saving him a little bit.
all right, so John Gable saw the defensive change there for the night, so he wants to call a timeout. 7:02 to go. Jasper 46, Castle 44 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Jasper with the basketball. You said Wrights in Jeffersonville tonight?
Yeah, overtime. This Shannon Schulteis. Kenny Schulteis sits on the Wrights bench.
Oh, cool.
So I'm not for sure where the game is at, but they're going into overtime.
Okay. All right, so Stom able to dribble out of that.
If
so
we
he's on-
move this ball really well, we'll get a layup out of this. Oh,
Swope
baby.
just took it away from Hope. And Hope was grabbing his shoulder there, so I don't know if there was some contact or not, but Swope goes the other way for his 12th point of the ball game. So tied up at 46 now. Berger wide open.
There's the,
There we go. Good
baby.
look by Hope there.
Just enough. He was worried about it. He started coming back for it.
All right, so 5 points and gives the Wildcats a lead right back, 48-46. 6:12 on the clock here. Isaiah Swope makes a move there on
Oh, my God, guys.
Tabor.
What steps we're going to give him. That's a nice pass.
Yeah, so Brock's the recipient of it for 2 points. Well, he's got 8 now. So we got an excellent basketball game here tonight. 48-48, two teams that have not played on the hardwood in a long, long time.
Swing it. Middle.
Berger gives it up. Hope in the corner. Now they trap him, so he throws the open space. Good job by Cabrick to retrieve it. Stom now double team. Got Hope on the left wing, feeds it out there, and
Get in there.
nice jumper. Elliot Hope playing a really nice basketball game tonight. 8 points, but
Yeah, he
doing
had
a lot of
6
other
in a
things.
row right there in
Yeah.
the first half for us.
So 50-48, Jasper with a 2-point lead. 5 minutes to go here.
Nope. So I'll say I looked a little left.
Yeah, Swope a little quick on that shot.
That possession surprises me because he really hasn't done that tonight where he just lets one fly.
Right.
They're waiting until the ball goes. Nope, they're going man-to-man now. They've changed it back up.
All right, so 2-point lead for Jasper. Niehaus picking up Kabrick there.
Nice job by Stommer.
Quick hands there by Isaiah, but Stom able to keep it. Now it's over to Berger on the left wing.
There he is. There it is. Get in there.
Harmon can't get it to go.
And one. They didn't see it. It hit the bar.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can actually see the wire there shaking a little bit. So, all right, so Kaber's going to step to the line here. That's the 8th foul on Castle. So Kaber.
Nice.
Now 6 points in the ball game, all here in the second half. And this is going to be key for the Wildcats to stay in this ball game, if not keep the lead, hitting these free throws down the stretch here. So 4:21 on the clock, and Kaber misses the second one. So 3 of 4 in the quarter for the Jasper Wildcats, and the 3-point lead right now is.
Oh, just threw that back to the top.
Swope actually lost the handle, then battles for it back. Now Kabrick's got it.
Go the hole.
Kabrick aggressive. There's a block though, and can't get it on the other side. Now Stom gets it blocked there.
Patience, patience. We got the ball.
Berger.
Nope.
A little long on that 3-point shot. And we got a whistle down low.
It's on them.
Yes, it is. All right, so Goodhue, I think, is going to go to line here. So it's still not double bonus. That's the 9th foul. Yeah.
Castle coach looks up at the scoreboard. I mean, foul's a foul. I mean, I don't know what you want me to. I've done before. I've had a coach go, fouls are 9-3. Well, I missed.
Well, and that's the thing. Cats have missed 2 straight free throws now. 51-48. Oh, boy. Looking forward. Now there's a drive there, and Swope can't get it to go. Battles for his own rebound, but Harmon comes down strong.
Sit down.
Berger almost feeds it into Goodhue and right off his hands.
God dang it.
Tell you what, though, I think in a situation like that, you're up by 3 and getting a little over-aggressive, I think, with that break there. So I'd rather see Jackson kind of dribble across and just get into the offense there. So 3-point lead for the Wildcats with 3.5 to go.
Oh, there it is.
So a tough time handling that basketball as Nunji both times down. But Jasper gets it back with a 3-point lead.
Let's get a good shot here.
Caleb Niehaus guarding Kabrick there. Now the switch there puts him on Berger. Kabrick gets it back from Goodhue, and a good job there by Niehaus to knock it away, but Jackson keeps it. A little battle, and fans wanting to whistle there, but did not get it. Goodhue.
Go the hole.
So inside of 3 minutes drive there, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Brock right there. So that's going to put double bonus, but unless it's a shooting foul, but still he's going to get 2 shots.
We need a couple here.
Yeah, the Cats 3 of 5 from the line here in this 4th quarter, missed their last 2.
Swope coming back in. Nice.
There you go, Jackson.
Niehaus coming back in too. 2 starters coming back in. They're going a little small. Lewis Brock gonna have a seat. Simmons, shooter, 53. Know where he's at.
Kabrick hits this. He does. All right, so Jackson Kabrick 2 for 2 on that trip. Makes it a 5-point lead for the Wildcats, their biggest lead of the night. 53-48. And a turnover, a big turnover. So now you got a situation
coming
here. Yeah, absolutely. So Castle's going to call one here to trying to settle down the troops, but the Wildcats have built a 5-point lead, 53-48 with 2:43 to go here in the fourth, here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Jasper Wildcats, 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. They lead by 5, 53-48.
Here comes the trap. See the floor.
You can see they're baiting Berger. Now they're baiting Stom, but then Caber gets the open spot. Stom breaks it. Look at that. Good, Hugh. And
nice.
Left-handed up and in. So
like
big job there by Jace.
Here it comes.
Just contributions that he provides for this basketball team.
Ooh.
And we got a whistle down low.
Got him with the leg.
All right, so 55-48, 7-point lead for the Cats with 2:21 to go. It's just the fourth foul on the Cats.
Who'd he call that on? Is that on Harmon?
Harmon, yes,
30,
number 3.
Third, okay. I thought it was going to be his fourth because it was already up there.
Yeah. So 3 fouls on Harmon. Big night for him tonight with 24 points.
Get a hand up, get a hand up. Oh, he tipped it.
Good job there by Stom to block that 3. So here comes Cabrick. See, no look pass there. Gonna be careful. Now Isaiah with a beautiful move there. So Swope now with 14 points. Held him to just 5 in the first half. Cabrick's got it. 5-point lead for Jasper. 1:50 to go, so crunch time now. Stom able to save it there, and Berger with a bunny. There we go. Good job.
Literally a bunny. Just flipped it up there.
7-point lead for Jasper. Mitchell.
Okay.
Hot in the first quarter. Now Simmons from way out, but he does get fouled by Stom. It's going to be the 4th on Stom, but
kid falls over every time.
Right. He got a 4-point play after hitting a 3 in the second quarter, but he missed the free throws, so we'll see if Simmons is able to knock him down here. So he'll get 3 of them, give him a chance to trim this lead down to 4. Right now it's 57-50, 1:26 to go. So big one there for Simmons.
This makes things a little more interesting.
Two for 2 for Simmons. All right, so substitution there as Caleb Niehaus checks back in.
Nope.
And rolls off this time, so 2 out of 3.
You know what's interesting is the sub comes in after that second free throw. Ooh, baby.
Yeah, almost a walk. Yeah, I think they were looking to sub for Simmons, so Cats can take advantage of.
All right, we're going to shoot 2.
All right, so
I guess they're trying to foul. Looked like they were trying to foul.
All right, so number 24 is going to get that. That's Zeke Niehaus. And Cabrick 4 of 5 from the line tonight. So big one there. So again, gonna have to close out the game at the foul line, I think, with 1:12 to go, and 6-point lead for Jasper. Is a few substitutions for.
You take care of the basketball and you make free throws. That's what you want down the stretch here. Take care of the basketball, make free throws.
That's how you win basketball games when you.
A little short.
And Harmon almost knocked it back,
but. Shooter.
6-point lead for the Cats, and that's going to be contact called on Berger. So that's going to send Jackson Mitchell to the line.
And this is not good because now the clock stopped. They're going to make free throws.
So Jackson Mitchell, 75% free throw shooter. Actually, Castle as a team shoots about 69. The Wildcats have been shooting around 72%. Right now it's at 71.
Block out here, nothing stupid.
So Mitchell looking to hit a second free throw.
Yep.
And misses. So now it's a 5-point game, 58-53, minute to go. Cabrick races down the court, gives it up. Stom with it. So Castle not in hack mode just yet. Now the ball gets knocked away, just what they needed there, and Isaiah was able to hang on to it. So Swope with it, one-on-one. He's going to launch a three, and a huge one that he hits there. So now we're talking about a 2-point game with 34 seconds to go. So a big turnover by the Wildcats. Castle takes advantage, and now they quickly foul Cabrick there. So, you know, they weren't really going for the foul. They were playing just aggressive defense and forced the turnover.
Well, I got a deflected pass, and that's, you know, the thing is, as a coach, you want pass fake, shot fake, pass, and sometimes passes get deflected.
Right. So these are big free throws here as Cabrick hits.
3-point shooters coming on.
So Cabrick's 5 of 7 from the line here in this quarter. 59-56. Jackson, 2 big ones there. So it gives the Wildcats a 4-point lead, 2-possession game with 26 to go, and now he is on fire. Look out for Isaiah Swope. He has hit 2 straight 3-pointers, and now we're talking about a 1-point game with 23 seconds to go. So Scott.
Well, that's just too big. I mean, that's 2 big shots. That was just on a dead sprint. And the problem is, and that's tough. You'd almost rather him go the hole and hit a layup,
right?
And it'd be a 2-point game than him just pull up and shoot a 3. But he did on a dime pull up and drain a 3 right in front of Cabrick. I mean, it wasn't bad defense. So from that standpoint, now they're going to foul. I would assume, just based on what's going to happen here, they're going to foul as soon as the ball comes in. Unless they would wait for it to cross half court. I don't know what to tell you here.
Well, it's also a situation where it's like, you know, you can be very aggressive defensively on that inbound, and because if you commit the foul,
you're right. Then you're going to shoot free throws.
You're accomplishing what you're probably wanting to do anyway. But yeah, so the Cats are going to have to be careful here not to commit a turnover. So 60-59, Jasper with a 1-point lead. It was Isaiah Swope who's hit 2 straight 3-pointers to get them back into this basketball game. And you know, the other thing too, I mean, you know, Cabrick's the one hitting the free throws. He hit his last 2 there.
Yeah, Harmon, I'd love to see that. They got Day in too. They brought Day in for ball handling probably.
Yeah, so they got Isaac Day out there with Berger and Cabrick in the backcourt. Harmon looking to make the inbound, and he calls a timeout, so Berger made the move over to the corner, was open briefly, but Harmon didn't give it up there. I think he was afraid to see if the trap might happen there. But
30-second timeout.
All right, so let's take a quick break here. 23.1, Cats up by 1 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so Castle's defense forced a timeout there called by Harmon on the inbounds. 23.1, 1-point game, Jasper leads. And they get it into Day, so Day dribbles out and they immediately foul him.
So the sophomore gets to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's not been there yet, so but the Cats are 8 of 10 in the 4th quarter so far here.
Well, here's the thing. These are the type of games you like to have down the stretch because it prepares you, in my opinion, for a sectional.
Oh, I agree.
Got to handle the rock. You got to make free throws. You got a young man here who didn't play a lot of varsity minutes early in the season. He's starting to play more minutes down the stretch here. A little quick, a little strong. And he's got to learn to do this. It's not easy.
I agree.
It's a tight situation. Got to step up and hit one here.
And the Wildcats only put Berger in the lane there. So they set their defense back there. Jasper with a slim 1-point lead.
Get you one here.
And Day hits the second one. So 2-point game, and the man with 10 points in this quarter has got the basketball right now, and a quick timeout called. So
17.7, 2-point game. I think he's got a full timeout left.
All right, so let's take a break here. 61-59, Jasper leads Castle here on 18 WJTS. Things up for this last 17.7. 61-59. I'm not going to say the ball game. You never know what can happen here, but Jasper needs to get a stop here to win this basketball game. So they get it into their hot hand right now, Isaiah Swope. But he gives it up to Jackson Mitchell.
I wouldn't let Swope have it back. Let whoever wants to go.
Oh, Mitchell just loses the handle of the bat, and they call the foul on Berger. Oh, my goodness. Mitchell completely just lost the handle of that basketball, and they call the foul. Man, I don't know. That's a 1-and-1 situation here. So 7th foul on the Wildcats. Good, he's going to check in for
rebounding and the little size.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, good news here, 8.4 seconds. Also, you want to block out. Nothing stupid here. Make sure you block out the shooter.
So Mitchell has shot 2 free throws tonight, 1 of 2. So these are huge with 8.4 on the clock, 61-59, and Mitchell sinks the first one. Again, coming into the ball game, a 75% foul shooter, 2 of 3 in this quarter, looking for another one, and he ties it. So big free throws for Jackson Mitchell. Jasper with the basketball, 8.4 on the clock, getting into.
Oh, he fouled.
Why would he foul?
Oh my God. Woo!
Oh my goodness. Oh, he did not realize. Oh my gosh. So Caleb Niehaus commits the foul, so Stom's going to come the other way. Now you got Stom, who shoots 77% from the line. Has not shot a free throw tonight. Actually looking for his first points, but
now let's get one.
2 free throws would be huge here for Carter. And he misses the first. So we got some substitutions here. 61-61 with 7.2 to go. Carter again another one here. Misses both.
Oh, baby.
Here comes Castle.
He's going. Oh.
Isaiah Swope's going to attack. Gives it up, down low. Shot does not go, and we are going to overtime.
Woo-hoo! Woo!
What a basketball game we're seeing tonight. Jasper had a 7-point lead in the quarter, but Castle was able to work it back with big buckets by Isaiah Swope.
And we're going to play 4 more.
We are, so we're going to take a break. 61-61. 4 minutes on the clock when we come back for overtime here on 18 WJTS. Well, we're back once again for bonus basketball. 4 minutes on the clock. It was 44-44 after 3. It's 61-61 after 4. So we'll start things off with a jump ball.
We didn't get the jump the first time. We need to get off the ground a little quicker. Interesting. He's got a little different starting 5 in there.
Looks like he's got Simmons to start.
Is that 30 started before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So that's Bob Nungy there. And the Wildcats with their same starting lineup. And Harmon, what are they calling?
Number 1 left the circle.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so Jasper will get the basketball. They actually had the tip there.
Yeah, once the ball gets tossed, you're supposed to be allowed to move. I didn't see what I don't know exactly what he called.
Okay.
If you're on the circle, maybe not. I don't know.
All right, so Berger with it. Swope is on Cabrick, gives it up to Harmon. And 24 points for Harmon tonight.
This is like a mini war, 4 minutes.
Absolutely.
You do these in practice all the time. Try to outplay your opponent for 4 minutes. Knock it down.
Berger's going to launch a 3.
Strong.
Long on it, and a good foul there by Harmon.
Jeez, he was up there.
Quentin Harmon, what a night for him. Gets the first 2 points to start this overtime period. 3:22 on the clock, 63-61.
I don't know when we're handing out awards later, but he's going to get at least 1.
Absolutely. This is a big opportunity for the Cats against the Knights. And Jasper coming in against future SIAC opponents are 6-1 this year. There's Simmons driving. He drops it down into Brock. Good job by Harmon to
Nungy.
cover that. Now 3-pointer. Does it go? And there we go. Big rebound there by Cabrick. Just under 3 now with 2:46. 2-point lead for the Wildcats. 63-61. Cabrick against Swope. Now he's going to take it strong. And pulls up and puts it in. Good job there by Cabrick.
May have hurt something. He's limping a little bit. Schwipper for 3. No, not this time.
No. He had 2 big ones to get them right back into this basketball game. Erased a 7-point deficit.
Here comes Hope. He came flying out. Where are we going? Where are we going?
Hang on. Just save the possession. You got a 4-point lead right now. Come on, Jasper. You don't have to force anything.
I like to see us work this out. Oh.
Stom, a little trouble there. Good defense there by Mitchell, but Stom able to hang on. Now Swope is all over Cabrick with his hand on him, and I don't know why they're allowing that, but Cabrick will come up again and put it up and in. 4 points for Cabrick in this overtime period. A 6-point lead for the Cats inside of 2.
Nice
now
play.
Mitchell with a nice play. You're right. So Jackson Mitchell with 2 points.
Oh, if he come back, somebody got to come back. Somebody got to come back.
Full court press here. Cabrick gets it against Swope again. Gives it up to Berger. Just one man on him. They're not doubling up, and Swope just following Cabrick.
No reason to get in a hurry here.
Stom drive, little shot fake.
And
shot up
one!
and in! Carter Stom with a big bucket there and a 3-point opportunity.
Shot fake. Oh.
Cats have built a 6-point lead with 1:28 to go. Carter, big free throw here.
Get in there.
There we go. Good job, Carter. 3-point play for him. First 3 points of the ball game. 70-63. It's now a 7-point lead with a minute 23 to go.
It's a little. God.
What a shot there, Mitchell. He's got all 5 points for Castle here in this overtime period. Cabrick trying to race back. 4-point game. Berger.
Oh my.
He's left with a jumper, but does not go again. I don't think we needed that shot.
Yeah, that's one you probably didn't want.
Oh boy. Cats have got to get settled down. There's Mitchell just getting very aggressive. He's
3. Yeah, we're tired.
And a 3-point opportunity there. So
right
again, a quick shot.
1.
So Swope. Cats had the basketball, a 4-point lead. But a quick shot on the other end leads to maybe 3 points here for Castle. So substitutions. Niehaus back in. Also number 40. 40 is Niehaus. Number 14.
Check off.
Huebner back in.
Okay.
So a 3-point play there for Swope. So again, the Cats with a 6-point lead not long ago. Now it's back to 1. So Castle's done a really good job when Jasper's built those leads to really battle right back. So 51.4 to go. John Gable's got to get his team settled down. 1-point lead here on 18 WJTF. All right, 2 future conference foes here playing tonight. Right now we're in overtime. 51.4 to go. Jasper with a 1-point lead over Castle, 70-69. Isaiah Swope defending against Cabrick, pulls up. Don't you dare, Carter. Now Carter's going to go to the basket. He hits it there, though. I was going to say don't take the 3. But Carter with a nice overtime with 5 points, 72-69. Now quickly the other way is, and they're going to say it's before the shot.
It's going to be a 1-on-1.
Right.
And the bucket went in, so that doesn't hurt anything.
Ninth team foul on the Wildcats, so this is 1-and-1 here.
Check
for
off
Swope.
here, just in case.
And he hits the first, so Swope. 2, 4, 6 of 8 from the line tonight for him.
Gable's. I know exactly what Gable's saying. He just called a tic-tac foul on us down there. And
yeah, while he's hounding Cabrick everywhere
yeah, exactly.
he goes. All right, so Cabrick beats him down the court this time. Carter with a nice little shot fake, but no, he draws the contact, so he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Could have been a pretty clean play there, but the Cats get the benefit of the whistle there by Huebner. Will pick up the foul. All right, so 2 free throws for Carter. He hit his last one.
Get it.
And misses that one.
He's rushing. He's just got to slow it down a little bit.
So 72-71, Jasper with a 1-point lead. Carter looking to make it a 2-point lead.
Get you one here, buddy.
26.1 on the clock. Yes. All right, so Carter, 6 points in this overtime period. 2-point lead for the Cats with 23.6. Isaiah, he's just getting in that lane right now. Ties this ball game at 73 with 13 seconds to go. Here comes Cabrick. This has been a battle between these two, and the Cats call the timeout with 9 to go. So, Scott, what do you do here?
I think, honestly,
right?
I think you just go floor low and let Cabrick do it, because he'll get a shot off.
Yeah.
And I think.
Yeah, it's been a one-on-one battle between those two, especially in the fourth quarter and overtime period here. But 73-73 is our score. 9 seconds on the clock. Take a look at the Wildcats scoring here. Carter Stom's got 6 in the overtime period. Cabrick with 4. Harmon's got a bucket. But Isaiah Swope, the fourth quarter, he had 10 points, and he's got 7 points in the overtime period here.
The one thing I'd like to see here is us get a shot with about 3 or 4 seconds, because it gives you a chance for a tip.
It'd be interesting to see what Castle does defensively if they get. I mean, obviously you're going to stay on top of your man to man.
They could go zone. I mean,
foul.
They could go zone here.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so the Cats are going to bring out. Basically, their starting 5 is going to be on the floor against Castle. They've got number 40, Niehaus. Number 24 is Zeke Niehaus.
Oh, yep.
Heber's number 14.
And I think Jasper's normal starting 5 is on the floor here, too.
Right.
Hof, Harmon.
And, of course, Isaiah Swope. He's had a big. The Cats with the inbound. Oh, and they get the foul. They get the foul this time. Oh, boy. But, you know, maybe not a bad foul, because you at least get the last possession.
You are
know
correct.
I mean? So Caber's got to hit the free throw. He's done a good job of it tonight. 2, 4, 6, 7 of 9 from the line for Jackson. Gets the roll there. So now Simmons checks in. Also get Nunji back into the ball game. So Jackson can make it a 2-point lead. And he does. So uses the rim on both those foul shots, and Cats are going to put the full court press on. And he loses the basketball. Caber has it.
That's
Can
game.
Cats dribble it out? 2 seconds. They haven't committed the foul, and now they finally do, and they whistle it off. So, woo! Isaiah Swope was trying to quickly get down the court there. He kind of lost the handle. Caber came up, and nobody from Castle was able to commit the foul, and Jasper squeaks out a 75-73 overtime thriller against the Castle Knights. I'm going to catch my breath, Scott. You give me your thoughts, buddy.
Well, the funny part about it is if you don't call the foul on the Caber one, you got to call the travel.
Oh, because he did kind of there, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I think he did. But then there at the end, you know, Swope's been going, and Caber just got his body in the way there. And I think Swope was kind of surprised he lost the ball.
I agree.
I was confused. I was confused. I think the Castle coach was confused. He's like, and then they didn't foul.
No.
And there were still 6 seconds. Because that only took like 1.9 seconds to get there.
I know. So it was just one of those situations where it's like they were away from the ball whenever Jackson dribbled it out, you know, or gave it up. But yeah, it's. I think Jackson was surprised, and I don't think anybody realized how much time was left at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was really weird. I mean, it was interesting. I've seen some strange endings. I mean, they fouled in regulation, didn't know what the score was.
Right.
And they foul here with 9 seconds left, and we made the 2 free throws. So,
yeah.
Wow, great win.
Oh, big time, absolutely. So Jasper with a 75-73 win over the Castle Knights, and improved to 14-5 on the season. Castle's going to drop to 8-9. So. And I'll tell you what, though, this isn't an 8-9 basketball team.
No, they got a nice team. They play a very tough schedule down there in the Evansville area and all that. So from that standpoint, you know, that record does not surprise me. They've got a lot of good stuff down there that they do, and Coach has been around for a long time. I just like the fact that we've competed well and played well against all the Evansville schools, seeing we're headed in that direction, you know, seeing we're headed towards that. So, I mean, like I said earlier, Coach Gable's had a nice record against the Evansville-Newburgh schools, and he continued it again tonight, so it was a good win.
Yeah, we get that win right there, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins against.
And some would argue Bossy may be the best team down there this year, but I mean, until you get a chance to play them, who's to know, who's to say? So
I agree.
Interesting.
All right, so an eventful night. Cats with a big win, and
it was a good night.
I'm sure we'll have
I would think after that win, I was going to say
coming up here.
Student body down here doing their little post-game ESPN down here. Got the table up, see what they're doing down there.
Absolutely. So, any final thoughts there, Scott?
No, senior night, finishing up on the home court, nice way to go out. We fought to get that lead, and then finally did. I would have liked us to seen us maybe make a few better choices down the stretch.
Right.
But this is the type of ball game we talked about earlier to get you ready for sectional time. So from that standpoint, the coaches will be happy with the win and made some free throws down the stretch there at the end when we needed to in overtime. And, he's got some guys gave us some great. I thought Goodhue gave us some good minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Day he hit a couple threes in the first half. Harmon's going to stand out tonight for what he did.
Right.
Cabrick went scoreless in the first half.
Yeah, scoreless in the first half.
And then was big here at the end and did a lot of stuff. So, not to leave anybody out. Hofi had a nice run there in the middle, and Stommer had a couple buckets here in overtime that were huge. So,
absolutely.
Everybody that got in there contributed, and it was a nice way to send the seniors off. So that's really neat.
All right. Okay, well, Jasper wins it tonight, 75-73 in overtime, and we'll be back with the coaches' discussion right after this. Thanks, Scott. All right, we are back once again here at Jasper High School. We got Jason Albrand and Jasper with a thriller 75-73 overtime win over the Castle Knights. And, whew.
You said it.
I had to have Yardy kind of talk at the end there because I ran out of breath. So what are your thoughts, man?
Well, first thoughts, I guess, would be with our seniors being senior night.
Right.
And it's amazing how fast the season creeps up on you. Here we are all of a sudden. It's senior night. It's hard to believe. But 5 really just wonderful young men, 5 kids that are good students, are good people. They work hard in what they do. They're successful. They're all going to be successful. So really happy that we could send them out a winner tonight. I think they deserve that.
No doubt about it. So talk about the seniors.
It's just you look. I think 3 of the 5 are in the top 12 in this class rank.
Oh wow!
The other 2 are between 20 and 32. I think all 5 are. I think the lowest one's like 32nd in the class at 252.
Wow.
So first of all, they're just outstanding students. They're outstanding, I think, examples for the youth of our community. I think they're a great representation of our community when we go on the road. They're it's just a really good group of young men. And Craig, we have that a lot. I mean, we do keep kids around that we want to work with and be around, and those kids deserve everything they've gotten this year. They're all going to be successful. They all come from great families. It's just, it's not we get a chance to work with them, but obviously they came from good families, good backgrounds, and we were able to take what they had done and work with them. So it's they're a selfless bunch. They work hard. They compete. So very proud of them.
All right, so pulling out a big game like tonight, I mean, it was aggressive from the start pretty well. What does this do for your basketball team right now?
Hopefully we'll get better at finishing games.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
But I did think that we weathered the storm early. I thought they came out in the first quarter and shot the ball very well from the arc. Kind of cooled down a little bit in the second quarter, which typically happens. Sometimes when you come into a game and you hit a bunch of threes early on, you kind of get this. It's going to be an easy night, and so you quit working your offense, you quit getting the ball inside, and you settle for jump shots. And I thought they were able to they kind of cooled down a little bit, and then they hit the big end at the end of the half that we fouled them on. But, so I thought it was good that we didn't panic in that situation. We got down 11-2 right away out the gate. And then we were just able to kind of gradually, one possession at a time on the defensive and offensive end. I thought we got a little quick early on in the game again. Mm-hmm. We can't be afraid when the offense needs to be run for 5 or 6 passes that we do that. And I thought Cass did a nice job of really being aggressive, taking away that wing screen, and they were on the ball tough, and they made it tough to run stuff and make it run smoothly. So, but having said that, those kind of teams typically, if you can make that reversal on the second or third side, they kind of lose some of that intensity. So. Hopefully we'll learn from that. We need to learn how to – we were up 7, I believe. We were. In regulation, 60-53 maybe or something like that with a minute 40 to go. And we come down one time and got way too quick in transition, turned the ball over. Then we came down and, we missed some free throws. Mm-hmm. They hit some big shots, so you got to give them credit. Then overtime, we're up 4 with a minute to go, and we take an ill-advised shot from 15 feet that – we just got to learn from that. These kids are high school kids, and they need to learn. But hopefully we were able to learn some lessons and a win, which is always nice. Sure. You don't want to have to learn these lessons. It's been a tough loss, no doubt about it. When you fight back and you lead and you have the game won really a couple times, for us to I thought Quentin Harmon came in tonight and was very aggressive. We rebounded well. He got some buckets in the paint, which we need him to do.
Right.
Got to the foul line. He hit some jump shots. I thought he just had a couple of times the transition came out of nowhere to finish on a putback.
Yeah.
Just hustle plays, you know.
Right.
And I thought Jace Goodhue came in and delivered a couple huge one time there was a loose ball in the fourth quarter with maybe a minute, 2 minutes to go, and the ball was kind of bopping around. All of a sudden, Goodhue was like a shot out of a cannon, just spin over there and picked it up.
Right.
And the ball, everybody was kind of, where's it at? And he was on it. You know, so there again, it was everybody that played. Isaac Day came in and hit 2 big threes in the first half.
Right.
And, you know, we're going to need a team effort. You know, for this team to be successful and to continue to be successful, we have to make sure that we understand the sum is greater than the individual parts.
Exactly.
You know, we don't have any guys that are going to, on a nightly basis, give you 24, 26 doing their own thing. So, which is fine, you know, but we can't lose sight of who we are. But, you know, it's definitely going to build some momentum. You know, I think it's the first time we've ever beat Castle in the history of the school. We've only played them 5 times. This is the 6th time we played them.
I didn't realize that.
This is our
When's the last time we did play them?
We played them. We played them. It was a real good scheduling by Mr. Lewis, our AD back then. They had Diedrich Finn was their big stud. With Xavier, I think he was really good. And we played them here in a 2-year contract and lost both of those games. That would have been 2000, 2001, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure when Castle became a high school, but we must have played him a couple times previously in the 80s or late 70s whenever they became a school. So this was our 6th all-time meeting. So that was, you know, it's a nice little one of those. You know, this team's done a good job. You know, this is the 2nd time in 50 years we had a 9-game winning streak. You know, it's just we've done a lot of good things. You know, we have to come back on Tuesday and head to Princeton and the winner of that game's the outright conference champion. So a chance to finish the Big 8 in style and win that conference. So, you know, hopefully, like you asked the question, I kind of rambled, but, you know, giving us momentum, it's good to see that, you know, we were able to weather the storm of that 3-game losing streak, and hopefully in doing so we learned some lessons and we got better, you know. So and now they close out with 3 on the road and from there on out. So end of the year, I think 8-1 in this building. 9-1, something like that. So told the guys at the game, we're proud of your effort, proud of the seniors, but hopefully we have a desire to keep getting better and keep improving, and we're not satisfied.
Well, and the other thing, too, is that obviously, you know, Jasper making the move to the SIAC Conference next year in all sports, but particularly in basketball, people are thinking, can we compete? Well, we're 7-1 against SIAC teams right now.
Correct. And when we don't play is Bossy. And obviously they're a good team, but yeah, no doubt. That's a definite. It's going to be across the board in all the sports. I know baseball, we play all the ones except I think Bossy and Harrison now, who traditionally aren't the stronger of the teams there. And football, you know, like the tennis is going to, you know. So I think that Jasper, the athletic programs will rise to the occasion, and we're going to be. Now we're not going to look on our wall and see all sport conference champs, 25 out of 26 years. But I also think, not to degrade the Big 8, but a lot of these schools don't have the sports that we have, and for us to get a SIAC all-conference, boys or girls or school would be a huge accomplishment, and winning that thing is going to be a huge accomplishment. So, and I think it also gives the younger kids and the fans that, you know, we can compete. You know, we don't, like I said, we don't have a team that's, you know, we got 2 D1 guys out there, we got a D2 guy, we got a 6'9" guy. We don't have that. If you play hard and you work at it and you work together, you know, good things can happen. So it's been a good, I think, lesson example for future teams as well.
Well, you're talking about the steady game that Harmon had tonight, and I had him down for 26 points. And Jackson Cabrick scoreless in the first half and struggling a little bit, and then it winds up with 17 points and really kind of took over things there in that overtime period.
You know what, and we need him, you know, as a point guard down the stretch. I thought he did a good job. I think he had one sloppy turnover maybe in the end of regulation, but other than that, he did a nice job, and he shoots free throws so well. So he's the guy, Greg. When, you know, game on the line, we want the ball in his hands to make a decision, or if he does get fouled, then we have all the confidence that he's going to knock him down. So, yeah, you know, I thought early on he forced things a little bit. He's coming off a 30-point game, and he just kind of, they're young, and I think he thought it was going to be one of those nights again, and I thought he missed his first couple shots, and I thought he kind of rushed or forced a couple and really wasn't scoring within the offense. He was trying to do too much, but I thought he was able to slow down in the second half, and you know, he had some nice passes in transition and got some, you know, if you're not making shots, he's a good enough athlete and a good enough player where he's got to get other people involved. And I think the fact that Harmon was able to get 27, I think he was recipient of several of those passes from I mean, I think Elliott Hope, he had a real big jump shot at the elbow.
Oh, yeah.
And then he had a couple nice high-low looks to Harmon for buckets. And those are plays that you got to have. You know, everybody's not going to score the leading scorer of the team. Everybody's not going to be the guy to go to offensively. You can sure do things to influence the outcome of a game. And I thought we have a lot of guys that have bought into that, which has been a big reason for our success.
No doubt. All right. Well, hey, 14-5. You're happy with that at this point,
You know,
right?
you can't argue that. Like I told some the other day, if you just told me back in November we'd have been 14-5, I thought they're about half crazy. But but credit to our players and their work ethic, and so it's been fun, and we hope we keep winning more games.
All right. Well, we got 3 to go before the sectional starts and all that.
Yeah,
but
all roadies.
All roadies. All right. Well, thanks, Jason.
Craig,
appreciate it. Big win. Congratulations on it. All right. So the Jasper Wildcats in overtime tonight against the Castle Knights, 75-73. Big win for the Cats. And we'll run down the scoring real quick. Isaiah Swope held him scoreless in the first quarter, but then he scores 5 in the second, finishes strong in the fourth and overtime period with 27 points for him. Jackson Mitchell had 19 points, held scoreless in the third quarter, but 11 first half points, and then 5 big points for him to keep Castle in it in that overtime period. So 5 points for Zeke Niehaus, Bob Nungy with 4. Lewis Brock had 8 points tonight, and off the bench, 8 points for Cole Simmons and 2 points for Hebner. For the Wildcats, as we mentioned, led tonight in scoring by Quentin Harmon. I had him at 26 points. 17 points for Jackson Cabrick, with 6 of those coming in that overtime period, but a lot of big free throws in that fourth quarter and overtime period for him. Carter Stom finished with all 6 of his points in overtime. He missed those 2 free throws at the end of the regulation, but did a nice job there to come up with 6 big time points in that overtime period to help the Wildcats with this win. And then also Elliott Hope, 8 points, 7 points for Caleb Berger, and Isaac Day with 7 and 4 points for Jace Goodhue. So a nice night for Jace. So the Wildcats win 75-73. Next game will be against Princeton. As Coach Albrand mentioned, that will be pretty well for the conference championship. The Wildcats are 3-1. Princeton is 3-1 in the conference. So the winner of that will be the outright champion of the Big 8 Conference as we close out basketball, boys basketball in the Big 8 Conference. So Jasper 75, Castle 73 for Scott Yarbrough and Jeremy Marcos on the video. My name is Craig Schneider. This is Wildcat Basketball here on 18 WJTS. Good night.